been finding it really hard to like sit with myself and just not shop. At the moment, I have nothing coming in the mail and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like, should I buy something? But hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I just wanted to talk about reflecting on some of the handbag purchases I've made this year and what I've noticed in myself in my shopping habits, how I've been looking at handbags, and if anything has changed with me. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but I found that my shopping habits ever since the pandemic really changed. I haven't been looking on Facebook as much. I used to be obsessed with looking through all the different buy swap sell groups and searching what was available locally. I haven't done that in a really long time. I also used to constantly search for Chanel, Louis Vuitton, even like Fendi, Dior on eBay and Vestiaire. And I do admittedly still look at things on Vestiaire on eBay, but the only thing I've been searching is Hermes. So I mean, that's still pretty bad, but I really have completely eliminated the temptation of looking at other brands. And that isn't because I think those brands are, you know, bad to collect. It's just that I think I've subconsciously tried to give myself less temptation, so I've stopped searching for certain things. I think at the start of the pandemic, I was quite stressed and I found a lot of comfort in collecting particularly early 2000s Louis Vuitton. Well, even prior to the pandemic, I just absolutely loved like the Murakami collection. It was a real throwback for me and I found a lot of thrill out of hunting down these pieces. And to me, they were things that were not overly expensive for designer. I loved finding bags for under $1,000, but it really did add up over time. I know that if I continue to buy things like that, like those little bargains here and there, it really does add up. So I've noticed with myself this year, I have been buying a lot less pre-loved bargains. The only thing I bought was a vintage Hermes bag, which is currently at the bags or the Hermes bag spa, but other than that I've been hunting a lot less on the pre-loved market, probably because there's not as many Hermes gems to discover. But I have been kind of conscious of how all these little things can really add up as well. Although I have not been buying Louis Vuitton and Chanel this year, I feel like subconsciously I decided to start collecting Loewe as to distract myself from my Hermes addiction. I bought so many Hermes bags last year, guys, it was not even funny. Even this year, I ended up being offered a mini Lindy from the boutique, and I bought a garden party on my holiday in Sydney, which I have been wearing so much. I've already worn this so much this year, and my mini Lindy I've been wearing quite a lot as well. But I made a lot of videos on the Loewe House Moving Castle collection, and I convinced myself to buy some pieces from that collection, and I ended up buying this little dice pocket, which is adorable. I've only worn it one time. I bought a Calcifer Luna bag, which ended up getting pop stitches, so I had to send it back. And I feel like, you know, in total, I spent about over $4,000, like almost $5,000 on that collection. And I honestly think that I was buying these things just to, I don't know, not spend as much money on Hermes, but at the same time, I was still spending a lot of money. So I'm not sure why I kind of fell into that. I don't know, guys. I feel like, and then I also bought a little bunny bag, which I've also only worn once, and this costs like 2,600 Australian dollars, and I just think it's a shame because, I don't know, I feel like for me mentally, it's a lot better if I just focus on one brand, because otherwise I really get invested into things. Like, I can't just stop at one thing, guys. Like, if I started buying like a Dior bag or something, I'd probably need to buy like a matching thing and another thing to that. So I know with myself, like recently I have been making a lot of videos on other brands like Delvaux, Joseph Duclos, even I wouldn't mind looking at Moina and, you know, more under the radar low-key bags, Ferragamo. But I know in myself, if I buy something from one of those brands, I can't just stop at one thing. And that's why I feel like maybe this year I might actually end up for the rest of this year buying a lot less bags because I don't want to allow myself to fall into this habit anymore of just collecting things that I become obsessed with. So ever since my Luna bag from Loewe got those pop stitches and I had to send it back, I don't know. I'm really happy with the Loewe bags I have, but I don't think I'll be buying any more Loewe bags anytime soon. And then, like, I guess I'm not gonna buy Chanel bags anymore or Louis Vuitton bags. I'm not gonna buy Dior bags. So I feel like that's definitely a shift that has changed for me, starting to realize what works for me and what doesn't, and noticing my shopping habits as well and what I have been doing for the last few years. I've really created a habit of searching on particularly eBay and Vestiaire and all the consignment stores, and I am proud to say I haven't bought much at all secondhand. Even though you can find some really good deals, I've really cut down that habit. The only things I've been bad at is I have bought a lot at the Hermes store, and I also bought a few Loewe things through Loewe. So the only secondhand things I bought were that Hermes bag, and I bought a little elephant from one of my friends, which is also a Loewe bag. But this was a really good deal, and I bought it from my friend, so that doesn't happen every day. I also found that I was getting really sucked into contemporary brands. I started looking at more furler bags. I even have got into Telfar recently, up this little fluffy bag. But I really want to kick that habit of buying contemporary because I feel like contemporary brands, you can actually buy a lot more than you think because the price is a lot friendlier. Even some Coach bags, like I did a video recently on Coach, and I don't want to fall into that habit of buying contemporary brands because it does add up if you buy a few bags. I'd rather just skip it. At the start of this year, I actually made a separate savings account to save up for my Birkin 25, and I have been putting money in that account every week, but I know it's going to take me quite a long time to save up for that bag separately. I might buy one secondhand, but from all these like little purchases I've been doing, like, you know, buying Loewe bags, like all these like little things like scarves, and like I've ended up spending a lot of money that I could have saved for my Birkin. And I'm not saying that, you know, you should save up and buy your Birkin or whatever. Not everybody wants to do that, but I know for someone like me, I have these really expensive bags that I want to buy in my lifetime, and so I can't just buy everything that I want. I can't just go out and buy a whole lot of contemporary brands. I can't just buy, like, I used to buy a lot of Zara. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to buy all these like random small things all the time, but I find it very hard for me to just stop shopping altogether, which is why I think I have been making some changes, but I've been finding it really hard to like sit with myself and just not shop. At the moment, I have nothing coming in the mail, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like, should I buy something? But this is a habit that I've formed over many years, and it's something that I'm starting to change very slowly. I know it seems like I haven't been doing anything this year, and there are some people who can literally just go cold turkey with the shopping and stop shopping altogether. And if I was forced into the situation where I had to do that, then probably I would be able to do that. But you know, I still get tempted by these things, and I think being on YouTube doesn't help me constantly talking about new things that are coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like going forward, I will probably be less tempted by these like hot releases coming out. I would love to buy, like, as I said, a Delvaux or a Joseph Duclos bag one day, but I don't think that they're things that I have to rush into. They're definitely things that I can buy in my whole lifetime, that they're kind of these slower brands that I'm starting to really appreciate. Even something like a Birkin 25, that's not something that I have to rush to get. It's something that I can take my time and buy in my life. So I'm just realizing that I'm starting to say no to more things that pop up, even on the pre-love market. Like, I've noticed a really few like amazing bargains recently, and I've just been like, you know, not buying them because it all adds up. Even the other day, I wanted to buy this little Ferragamo bag. I added it to my cart, and then I couldn't pull the trigger. Because yeah, guys, I think particularly all the Loewe bags, when I calculated how much I spent this year, I was just like, wow, I really did just spend a lot of money. And I thought that were just small things, but it really does accumulate. And I'm not making this video to make anyone feel bad or anything. I just wanted to reflect on what's happened to me this year, because I did end up buying a lot of bags despite kind of thinking that I wasn't going to. And I want to kind of keep myself on track and keep myself in check with what I am buying, and recognizing when I fall into these habits. And yeah, I guess like what I do is not going to be relatable for everybody, but yeah, I do really just want to kind of enjoy what I have right now, because I'm finding I actually don't even have enough time to wear all my bags, and it's just kind of sad that I've bought so many nice bags this year and I've only really worn my garden party like quite a lot, and my Loewe bags have been kind of being neglected. So I'm going to try and make more of an effort to wear my bunny bag in particular. But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to make this blabby video today. Do you guys think that your habits have changed since COVID? Have you discovered more about what you shop for and how you purchase handbags? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on my next one. Bye!